devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to DLD After Dark. Yeah, I changed my background up a bit, you know what I'm saying? If you look in this general area here, you're going to see a nice, beautiful, bigly beautiful, the beginnings of a bento box, a wild berry bento box. I got to say, man, I'm kind of impressed. It's gorgeous, and for all those silly people out there with those expensive AMS machines for multicolor prints, not me. Manual color changes, bro. That's how you do it, okay? Like these, you'll see. I'll pull up the pictures. So I'm doing a 1022 takedown bento box build, which shout out to the devs on that one. It is fire, and honestly, I cannot believe that I waited this long to do it in the first place. Okay, a 1022 is like America's firearm. Okay, like I shouldn't have waited that long in the first place, but it's one of those things. It's like, oh, that's cool, but what application would it? It's just a fun gun, right? Like it usually, like every time I build something, buy something, you know, get something, change something, alter something, it's for a specific purpose, right? Like the MP5K, the K gun, right? Like that is a specific application kind of tool, right? The 14.5 Super Dookie with the LPVO on it, that is a, you know, specific application tool, but you kind of give it, you know, some more, you know, you broaden the applications when you do some things like you put a 12 o'clock piggyback dot on top and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, each thing has a specific purpose, but it is okay to just build a gat for fun. You know, it's just for funsies. But those 1022 ferts, those things are pretty nasty. So if I can put together this bento box, which right now I got, it's purple and blue, it's wild berry. I'll pull up pictures and all that and I'll show you guys. This is actually completely 3D printed. The barrel is 3D printed and utilizes a 22LR barrel liner. It is a really, really cool design. I know if people are going to be like, but DLD, you should have done the foldy version with the foldy grip and all that. I might upgrade to it, but dude, that chassis alone, the lower chassis, the receiver portion, that thing is like 7 hours to print, and then the upper receiver, that's like 6 hours to print, and the front end hand guard is like 4.5 hours. It's you know, it's a lot, and that's if nothing goes wrong or fails. But I'm actually getting set up to print nylon as well, so in a very inexpensive way. And if you guys out there, for the printers out there or people that are interested in printing, we'll talk about some of that too. Anyway, we're also going to talk about also, this is crazy, a 100% completely 3D printed firearm. Completely. Okay, there's actually some, I spoke to Gutter Cheese last night. If you guys know what print in place is, let's see if I got something that's print in place. Dang. So think of something like this. Okay, we'll get to the intro in a second. Okay, think of something like this. All right, so this is a Safariland QLS. This prints just like that. Now imagine if this did something, right? Like, and it does, but imagine if it was like a kid's toy or something like that. The way that it literally peels off the bed, it can start doing the thing that it does right away, right? Like those butterfly knives that I had that I was printing at Goals. Those literally print in place. You pop it off the printer, you open it up, and it's ready to go. Apparently, what people are working on is a print in place single shot 22LR. I think it was a single shot 22LR. That you would have to do like very little to make it start doing its thing. Anyway, we'll talk more about that too, but I have some dope projects and I have some stuff that I gotta show you guys because, you know, it's kind of like P80s and all the frames, GST9s and the Lone Wolves and the 76ers and all that. Like, they're things that like you do for a while, you kind of get on a kick and then you stop, and then you get, you know, do a whole 3D printing kick, and then you kind of, you know, get out of your system, and then you stop, and then you go to something else. Then you go to, like, you know, I went to the OEM Glocks and kind of doing some stuff, customizing those, and then you go to 37 millimeter launchers, and it's like some stuff. Like, I'll always build, I'll always tinker. Like, I can't stop building and tinkering and you know, customizing and changing and all that. But I'm back on my 3D kick, so we're going to talk about some of that tonight. Also, man, dude, there is so much going on. Shout out to everyone in chat, by the way. I see you guys, man. Thank you so much. I would just ask if any of you guys receive any value from the entire show tonight, even if it's just a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of a laugh. You know, something as funny as, like, you know, 2 minutes being removed from the EP Steen video and then dropping 33,200 documents on the public and being like, yeah, look through that. If you guys get any value from tonight, I just ask that you please give it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me, because that tells YouTube that you guys like what I'm doing over here. And it's crazy though, like this year. So I hit 5,000 subscribers at the beginning of this year, very end of last year, right? I've only grown by 256 or something subscribers in like 8-9 months, dude. That is insane. I've never had that slow growth, except maybe when I was at like 3,000 subs. That was crazy. It took a long time, but it's weird to see these, like, you know, these lulls. I realize that there's seasonality to it. I realize that the content matters. Most of the folks that are here are the OGs, and y'all are like the go hard OGs, and I love y'all and appreciate the support. But I just feel like it's kind of weird, bro. Like to have massive growth on the other place, the green place, and then to not I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's just me. Maybe my content sucks that much, and just everyone hates, watching the probably. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about 3D printed stuff. Tonight we're going to talk about building stuff. We're going to talk about GATs. We're going to talk about equipment. We're going to talk about Trump sinking a boat with Jesus, Santa Claus, Steve Irwin holding a crocodile, Mother Teresa. Who else? I'm probably missing some people, but he's doing terrible things, just absolutely terrible. That will make sense shortly if you haven't seen the video that Rich put together. This just in, Trump sunk a boat with Jesus and Mother Teresa, Steve Irwin, and Santa Claus. Anyway, he's doing funny stuff. Terrible and funny. Anyway, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some 3D printed GATs that are 100% completely 3D printed, which is nuts. And we're going to be talking about the Private Eye, the 3D printed 22LR that is literally 100% completely 3D printed. It's insane. We're going to talk about the Bento Box project and some other stuff too. And we're also going to talk about some of the other current things that have been going on. So it's easy to get sucked up by that stuff, but I've been trying to not focus on the current events as much because honestly, look, there are so many, like a ridiculous amount of channels that are going to be shoving the current events down your throat because these people cannot come up with anything to talk about, any conversations of value for their viewers. So what do? They take from the news media and BS that they get delivered every day, and they regurgitate it to you in whatever way that they understand it, and just throw their bias all over you. And I don't really like doing that, right? Sometimes I'll take information and then I'll look into it a little bit, come to my own conclusion, and I may share my opinion with you. But y'all know, if this is not a news channel, if you guys are coming to DLD After Dark for news, please reevaluate your current situation because I'm not, anyway, my bad. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, I want to take a second to congratulate who was first in chat, my boy, Kurt24, the producer of the show. Brother, appreciate you, man, who was first in chat. He says that deuce goes bird. We all know the Ferts go birds. So thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And are you a fist bumper or a high fiver? You like high fives? Let's do that. Thank you, brother, for being first in chat. And he's already seen some of the pics of the Wild Berry Bento Box, which is right there, purple and blue. What it do? It's pretty fire. And let's go through. Man, it looks like dang old Matt was like right behind him, man. Both of them 10:34 on the dot. It was like, so congrats to both you guys. But Kurt24, the producer of the show, and he's a moderator, and he's a channel member. We appreciate you. We love you, bro. Thank you. Let's go and see who else we got in here. So for those of you that are here that do not know, every single show, because nearly 90% of the support of this channel is brought literally by the channel members. In the beginning, we take the next like 10 minutes or so to greet all the channel members, to welcome them, show some support, give them a salute, show them some love, because that's where the majority of the support is coming from. I guess before we jump into that, sorry, I should say I'm Dark with DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays are on YouTube, and Saturdays are on Rumble. So make sure you check out our show on Rumble. It's kind of a crazy show. Myself and Big Josh from Black Diamond Guns and Gear run that show. It's the After Hours Armory, and it's just a fun show, man. It's great. I do miss doing YouTube shows on Saturdays, but excuse me, we're back to every single Saturday as well. So make sure come check it out if you haven't as well. And also just go follow the Rumble channel. Because if you do that, then you'll get the notifications when we go live. And I am almost at 1,000 followers on Rumble, so that would be dope. And that doesn't mean anything. I don't get anything for hitting 1,000 followers. Honestly, it's not a big deal. But I just want to say, if you want to, be there for the shows. We also have our first show coming up, sponsored by Ammo Squared. Huge shout out to Ammo Squared, man. I've been using them for several years, and then to end up working with them later on, that's incredible, especially when it's a company that you actually know, appreciate, and do business with. So, and that's also how you know that I'm not just taking money from whatever company will work with us, because this is someone that I've been talking about for years before we had any agreement with them at all. Anyway, my bad. So if you're watching this tonight and you're here for the first time, I don't believe you. If you really are here for the first time, jump in chat, say something. We got a bunch of great people over here in chat. If you're watching on mobile, they'll be right below me, right here, below me. And then, of course, if you're watching this the next day or the next day or the next day, do me a favor, drop a comment. Replay Mafia, Recapitulation Syndication, Dark Coffee, refried beans, reheating the leftovers, all the great creative things that you guys say, because I appreciate that. I love seeing the comments on the replay. That makes me happy. Anyway, so let's go through and say what's up. Obviously, channel membership is one of the best ways to support the channel, but we also have DLD hardware, which not only is where all the merch is, but if you build guns, then you need to shop at DLD hardware, because that's where all the jigs, parts, tools, and all that stuff is. Also, if you enjoy sharp things, then check out Definition Knives, because that's where you can get blades from the knife company with an edge. Get it, students? And then this actually is your boy Frederick Donegan's. It's the last lumen in existence, the last lumen. However, if I can go back to that package that I sent to Rich, there'll be one more. I don't even have one of these. Okay, this is literally the last one that's going to Frederick Donegan. But I was actually going to get his package out the other day. Then I found something else, and I was like, ooh, I may want to throw that. Anyway, so let's get into it. So definitionknives.com and also dldhardware.com. And outside of that, we're going to go through and greet all the channel members. So appreciate you guys. And I see that, man, this is so frustrating. I see that the whole ranking system is still there. I don't know what I got to do. I don't care who's number 1, number 2, number 10, number 20. I don't care. I appreciate any love and support. That's great. But please, guys, do not let YouTube trick you into doing super chats and stuff like that. Y'all do whatever you do, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And honestly, I would much rather, if anyone did want to give support, I would rather you send $2 via Cash App than $10, $20 through super chats, because you know how they get down. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and jump into it. We got Hot Dog 990 in the building, also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother, who also grabbed some stuff for us for waffles. So we're going to be doing that soon. We got Mike McClune, the Goon. See how I did? I said soon, and then Mike McClune, the Goon. That's dope. Appreciate you, brother. Not only a moderator, but also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. Kurt 24, Mike McClune, the Goon. Let's see who else we got. I'm just going through here. Blue Curtain Burner, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a channel member. Let's see. Hoagie 1, brother. Great to see you. Hoagie 1 Kenobi. You're my only Hogue. E. Let's see. Kurt 24. I'm all the way back at the beginning, y'all. So just chill. I'm trying to keep an eye on current chat and previous chat. So I'm going through. Let's see who else we got here. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Mike McClune, bro. Let's see. Live Life, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you. We got Lightning McQueen in the building. Both you guys channel members for a long time. Call 911 Namakila. Oh man, here we go. We did get our first super chat. Thank you, brother. I'll hit you in just a second. So stick around. Just as I'm going through the beginning here. Live Life, Kurt 24, Lightning McQueen. Let's see who else we got up in here. Let's see. I'm just catching up here. Lightning McQueen. It's funny too, because some people were like, "Dude, you're calling people by names that are not their names, right?" It's because I just kind of assign nicknames to people. So, like Lightning Scott is like always been Lightning McQueen. I don't know why. Bob is Senor Boob. That's who he is. Like some of you guys, You know, P38 Wilbur is Wilberto. It's just, you know, it's one of those weird things that I do. All right, sorry. Let's see who else we got here. Let's see, Kurt 24, Mike McClune, Z, brother, great to see you also, Chenamemba. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see, Mike McClune, Kurt 24, not my name. Where you been at? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute, man, but great to see you. Must print goons. Yes, sir. Goons, print goons. Kurt 24, live life, Lightning McQueen, Kurt 24, pizza. Dude, pizza sounds bomb. I actually, man, I feel terrible. I committed a social sin the other day and I feel terrible about it. It has to do with pizza. I did someone dirty. And I'm going to bring that up when I bring our guest on. Lightning McQueen, Z Ski, Kurt 23 Ski, not my name Ski. Let's see who else we got. Ski, live life. Kurt 24, the producer of the show, Lightning McQueen, bro. Z Ski, Blue Curtain Burner. Hey, there he is. More Beta Prince, brother. Great to see you also with Chenamemba. No, I'm not an auctioneer, but thank you. Z, Kurt 24. Gort, great to see you, brother. Also with Chenamemba. Long time Chenamemba. Appreciate you, brother. Live life, Mo Beta Prince, Kurt 24. Let's see. I'm catching up. Hey, there he is. Drewski, brother. Great to see you, man. Also, long time Chenamemba. Lifetime Chenamemba. Appreciate you, brother. More Beta Prince. And more Beta Prince, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dang it. Of course. I want to do something good and I start making a mess. Still got it. Yo, more Beta Prince literally made this. He actually made two because the first one was lost in the mail. So huge just respect for him. He made this, which is a PETG 3D printed Cricut Provoke style utility knife. And what you do is you hold it like this, then you hit it with your thumb and it like that. Hey, but really it's used like this for like utility stuff, cutting out stickers. And I have cut out thousands of stickers, the DLD stickers and definition knife stickers with these. Now the dope thing is that not only did he print this himself at a PETG, he Cerakoted it and sanded it to give it that two-tone black and blue DLD look. And bro, this thing is freaking solid, and the hardware and all that. Bro, you're the man. I appreciate you. I just think this community just has so much like we're untouchable. The 3D printed world is just like its own thing, man. And I got mad love for the homies. Hey, my Duramic shipped. Freaking heck yeah, bro. Let's see. Kurt 24, Z Gort. See Drewski, Lifetime Chenamemba, family and friends and members. Yes, sir. Lightning McQueen, more Beta Prince, Zanti Misfit, brother. Great to see you also with Chenamemba. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Hit that like button. Hopefully, we provide enough value to encourage you to click the like button with your fingers. Zanti Misfit, Lightning McQueen, Zanti Misfit. Let's go through. Catching up, playing catch up. AI reads the background. If you did a stream walking outside, it will flood you with like 1 or 2 more subs. So here's the crazy thing. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to leave my guy waiting backstage for too long, but I got something for you on the background. So just hang tight. Remind me to tell you about the background and AI and all that. Steve Whoop, brother, great to see you. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you too, man. Another Chenamemba, appreciate you. Stifler Manufacturing, brother, great to see you as well. Also, I know we got to circle back with each other on dude, I got so many Glock parts just chilling. If I don't think I have many extra barrels that would work, but Gen 3, but I definitely need to set up a frame. I got a bunch of frames just chilling. Anyway, I really need to set up a Stifler slide on one of my frames because this dude is using 17.4 American stainless steel milling and drilling and cerakoting and doing all that stuff in the US. And the slides look fire. They are pre-set up for, like, if you wanted to do a like ported barrels, ports and vents and comps and all that stuff. It's really sick, and they're super affordable. So check him out. Also, if you use code DARK, you absolutely should never use code DARK, as PSR says, which PSR is also a dilder. And he's also an owner of Definition Knives as well. Kurt 24, Zanti Misfit. Let's see who else we're missing here. Gort, Live Life, Steve Whoop, Zanti Misfit, Steve Whoop, Stifler. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm almost done. Zanti Stifler, Zanti. Marconi, great to see you as well, dude. Another one of the homies that is doing incredible Glock stuff, man. Check his stuff out. And I believe also you can use code DARK with him and save some money. And he's got some, like, basically, like, think of like Radian Ramjet integrally ported slide and barrel combos. Super nasty stuff. Check it out. I believe you can use code DARK on both of them. Let's see, Kurt 24, Flying Rich, great to see you. Great to see you here, Flying Rich. I wish that we could actually maybe have you on the show one day soon.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey, Rich. How's it going, man?
Good, just chilling with, Mary Poppins, Jesus, Mother Teresa, Santa Claus, Easter
That's right.
Bunny.
Oh, the Easter Bunny. That's with a crocodile.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'd say most notable out of all those individuals would be Jesus.
And he's got the wheel. He's got his hands on the wheel of the boat.
Jesus takes the wheel.
He's not sleeping in the back.
He's
not sleeping in the back of the boat.
Aside from Jesus, because we know, of course, that he's number one out of the bunch. There he is. Thanks, Flying Rich, channel member. That's weird. The other one didn't show that you were a channel member, and it was just the Flying Rich one. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. Oh well. I appreciate you being a channel member. Let me see, before we jump into it, actually, let me do this. Let me just get there. He is, Fat Rooster, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you. Z with a member chat for 38 months. That's 38 for the Spanish speakers out there. Outdoor streams, 2 or more subs guaranteed. That's interesting. Rich and I can talk about some things about the AI picking up stuff in the background that you can't even see, that you literally cannot see in the picture. This is a
crazy one.
Yes. Drewski, Flying Richski, Zski, let me see, Gort, Dr. Sandwich Chef, the chef of sandwiches. Great to see you, broski. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone else. Also a channel member, of course. And if you don't know, he is the PhD of sandwich builders. Correct. YouTube does take, really, it's more like half when you think of everything they take, and then taxes if you file those kinds of things. P38 Wilberto, great to see you, brother. Any new DK traction from the Goals show? Yes, absolutely. Even from famous, musicians. There's been, there's been some good stuff happening. So we're pumped about that. We just need to get more inventory, and dealing with people on the other side of the world that are 12 hours in the future can be challenging. But let's see, Steve Whoop, Stifla, Marconi, Steve Whoop. Let me make sure I didn't miss any channel members here, because it would be sad for a channel member to be here and not get recognized. Like DB Koopa, great to see you, brother. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. Milkers. That's it almost looks like butt cheeks with like little like what do you call those things on your butts?
So Matt Hoover actually used to send me a lot of ASCII art.
Yeah. He also,
by the way, 90 days till he's out. He sent me that message this morning.
That's like for sure.
I mean, as for sure as it can be.
That's most likely. Dude, even when I remember when I got released, the amount of time it takes you to get released is just crazy. And I was only in for like a day and some change. When they say, okay, Mr. DLD, you're getting released, and you're like, oh, yes. And then you just sit there. And then, like, you know, the CO will walk by and you're like, oh, this is it. And then he's like, oh, he's getting a drink of water. And then it's like hours and hours and hours go by. And then, like, the amount of people stops you have to it's crazy. Hours and hours and hours. And then you finally get released. And it's like, well, you have to fill out this paperwork first. You have to make sure that you're, you know, not a danger to mostly others, but yourself or others. Hot dog 990.
Oh, I mean, that's if you do crime in New York City, they just let you go. They're like, hey man, don't let the door hit you on the ass.
Yeah, welcome. Here's a shower, a meal, fresh clothes, and you know, let us know when you want to commit another crime. Hey Chad, any suggestions for future waffles? Ooh, you know, as crazy as it sounds, I've been thinking about a way to do waffles with, get ready for it, firearms. Is that like a bad word? Is that, I mean, that could be I guess maybe misconstrued as something no good. Oh, hold on. 717 Rider, DLD After Dark. I won the waffle on July 12th on Brumble stream for the journalist after did the Gideon. Was wondering if put in mail and was lost or haven't sent. I thought everything was sent out. The only other one that was delayed was the Gideon Optic for AR Drew, as far as like waffles and stuff go, because I actually didn't have his info until we had already come back from goals and all that, or I had missed it or something. So I actually ended up getting that from Josh. But after tonight, let me do this because I think you brought that up before and I just forgot to look into it. Let me take a note real quick, because we all know how great I am with remembering to go back and do stuff. I'm going to take a note real quick. 717 Rider journalist. And I'm putting in a couple other notes for some other homies as well. Okay. All right. We'll start with that. So I'll check that. Actually, let me move it up a little bit to later in the morning, because if I sleep through the reminder, then it won't do me any good. So I'll look into it. I got you. Thank you for bringing it up and let me know. If what's that one? Not Occam's razor, Hamlin's razor. Don't attribute to malice what could be attributed to stupidity or something like that.
And I don't know why these guys are all playing with razors.
Yeah, I don't get that. But
that must have been a figure of speech at the time.
Yeah, probably. So it's more than likely that I was just stupid, forgetful, or something, as opposed to like intentionally trying to screw people over. Like, you know, like AR Drew, 717 Rider. I got you guys. Okay. Use code Dark and save. Also have a waffle. Oh yeah, he still has that super dope waffle as well. Hey, that's dope.
Yeah.
Little sniper rifle. That's pretty fire. All right, let's make sure we get caught up here. Steve Woo, Platinum McQueen. Jesus don't need a boat. That is actually an excellent point. But I think they wanted Jesus to take the wheel. Rich, your background looks like the Pope giving Bernie Sanders a back rub on the back.
You know, I enumerated the individuals that should have been on the boat, and somehow it looks like I got Bernie Sanders and not Steve Hawkins.
That's weird.
Guys, yeah.
It's almost like AI has no idea what it's doing.
I did say 4 outboards, and it did pretty good. So that is the Nano Banana AI.
Rich is looking buff. Is he wearing a size 2 small shirt? Oh, that's
wait.
The arms shirt. Hold on. You already got one of those?
Text I sent you?
Not yet. I saw it come through, but I didn't look at it. I'm on the stream right now, so.
So I'm working out. The dog jumps on me.
It sounds like you're snoring in there. So the dog. Oh, that was the dog on your chest. I couldn't
Yes.
I couldn't see. You know, that's interesting because that sound that you were making sounds oddly familiar to another sound that I've heard before. Let me see if I can recreate this real quick.
Hold on. Let me arm up. I mean, if we're doing combat here. Hold on, I
Are
gotta
you
go back.
sure? Are you sure you want to do that?
2
Because
weeks.
I think we've had this conversation before, actually.
Let's see.
It's pretty bad, Rich. Have you been to the doctor? Oh my goodness.
Why can't I find the videos of you snoring?
I'm totally fine with
Here it
it.
is.
Oh dang, did you hear that one? All right. So I'll go back a little bit. I'll let you have your It doesn't sound like I'm rattling the walls though. That's weird. Cuz when I play yours,
Oh no, that's you woke up. You woke up.
all right, we'll leave that there. We'll leave that there. But yeah, we're just being funny. We're friends do that kind of stuff to each other. It's actually pretty terrible. All right, let me go back here. I'm just being.
Oh man, I'm looking at some of the meals we ate.
Oh,
that was
dude,
pretty good stuff.
they were awesome. That is the sound my chainsaw made right before it puked out on me. Dang. Sounds like a chainsaw. Snorlax. I don't want to be an elf. I want to be a dentist. I don't think I get that one.
I have the picture I can't show.
Oh no, that's at goals. GOA goals. He said I just see the curtains blowing. That's great. All right, so let's back up a little bit. First off, I didn't know you had one of those shirts. So you got one of those shirts at Goals? The Century Arms MP5 SD shirts?
Yeah.
What? I thought you were mad that I hadn't sent you the
No,
shirt.
you must have handed that to me. Oh wait, no. You know what? I did go by there and I begged them. I gave them a patch and they gave me a shirt. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
real.
you said you got a bunch of shirts and you were going to split them up.
Yeah, some of them I'm giving away to the homies, and the other 3 I set aside I was going to give to you. But actually, now I need to give one to Red Dawn because so for that one, since you have that one, I'll give that one to Red Dawn because the craziest thing, the amount of extra effort I put into finding the other Abolish a Pup shirt. And then to lose it whenever I can't, who knows? Maybe I'll find it somewhere. But Red Dawn, I promise, and Live Life, since he actually was like, "Here's $32 for the shirt that you lost," and then I found it. I was like, "Dude, I'll give it to Red Dawn." And then from the hotel to coming back home, I either lost it or I don't know. So I'll give Red Dawn the other MP5 SD shirt, which I'm super salty about because I would absolutely love nothing more than to wear an MP5 SD shirt because I got the mini MP5 SD right there, which that would be super fire. But I'll give that to Red Dawn. So it's in the laundry. I've already washed everything.
Video queued up. Can we watch this video?
Let's do this. Let's go ahead.
I'm doing my version of John Crump going live.
let's do a quick intro. Just let everyone know who you are, what you do, and
I
where they
snore.
can find you.
I
Little
snore,
bubbles do the scrubbing, so you don't have to.
and I guest host
Everything.
everything, and I make stupid videos.
Why are they stupid?
Well, unfortunately this one was incredibly low effort. I'm running out of credits, so that's why it looks the way it did.
Well, I'll tell you this. It wasn't terrible,
Mm,
and
It
it
was worse
wasn't
than
good.
terrible.
No, the other one was good, but it wasn't great. And this
Mhm,
one
mhm.
was the concept is great, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it might need a couple of edits to get right, and maybe a complete redo.
dude, I'm such a dirtbag. Let me go back. First off, P38 Wilbur, I answer your question, but I didn't even thank you for your gracious super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, especially being 556, which means I guess you have an Android because the Apple phones will not let you type in the amount you want to give. You have to use a little counter to be like 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 is like, and that's it. Whereas like on Androids, it'll let you just type in whatever. But thank
Oh,
you,
that's
P38.
a
Appreciate you, bro.
interesting thing.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. But anyway, yeah. So Flying Rich, his thing is stealing the audio. I'm sorry, using the audio
Used to be.
from from other videos, and he's doing other stuff now, which is great. It's cool. It's cool. We recently did a video of the gay TF coming to a virtual version of my home, and let's just say me and my dog were the only ones that left the home before it crawled into a hole in the ground. But this one he did all by himself. I didn't help storyboard it or anything. This was all him. So when I got this just in, Trump took out a boat with Jesus, Santa, and all that. That was based on this. So here we go.
Oh no, this is some other story. So I'm doing my version of John Crump going live. We'll get your live reaction, Dark, to this video.
Of what of this video?
Yeah, of this video.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into.
Oh, hold on. I watch everything at 2x. Sorry.
It sounds like 12x.
To their own hands.
Here,
While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless,
let's
we urge you
restart
to
it
call
from the beginning.
911 and do everything you can to
Is
keep
this
yourself.
Canada?
You find
Is this
yourself
out
the
in
victim of
Canada?
a home invasion. We are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary. When we have a weekend like we just had, it's easy to understand our community is feeling unsafe. But let me say this once again.
Mind you, they're unsafe because somebody broke in and raped a 5-year-old in the home.
Whoa! I'm sorry. What?
That's the hey, you guys might feel slightly less safe
Because someone broke in and raped a 5-year-old? Oh, we can't say that word. They graped they enjoyed a grape with a 5-year-old. A year and a half after they ban all handguns.
And apparently, pew crime is on the rise in Canada.
Interesting. It's almost like the people that are going to break the laws are going to break the laws anyway.
This
CA.
does remain a safe place to live. And our service is doing everything possible.
Hold on, that's what they say about Chicago.
Yeah, I know,
to
right?
investigate these crimes and to maintain public safety. But as I mentioned, it is a shared responsibility, and we need the commitment of everyone in our community, including the criminal justice system, to ensure our region remains safe and secure. In closing, I'd just like to remind the public that as a police service, our top priority is the safety of all of our communities.
Clearly.
And I know that these incidents have had a devastating impact on the families involved and the broader community.
Do you have any concerns about the fact that the Premier is saying you should stand up for yourself and you should defend yourself?
No, I have no concerns. The Premier can make his own statement and his own mind up about that. What I would say is, as a police service, we'll follow the laws as they're written. If the laws change, we'll change with the laws. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply. As you've just heard, a number of safety recommendations will allow for those that are victimizing members in the community to leave and not harm anyone.
Pause that. So a lot of people don't like or enjoy the videos that are put out by Active Self-Protection. Okay. And that's fine. Everyone, you can feel free to have your opinion on,
Wait,
you know,
is that the guy that sits in parking lots of shopping malls, or is that who's the sky is falling guy?
That's Full Spectrum Survival.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy where the world is ending every day, and he continues to put out videos.
That video.
Well, no, he doesn't delete it. He changes the titles.
Title that the world is not end. No, false alarm world did not end today.
Yes, world ending next Tuesday. So John Correa with Active Self-Protection, personally, I get a lot of value out of the content that he publishes, and I enjoy it. And whether it's, if there is ever any shooting ever caught on film, there is value to be had in there as a prepared citizen. Okay, so whether you're just a dude that enjoys training, or if you carry a gun, you should try to find value in training and education in the content that you consume, in my opinion. And one of the things that he has been able to do is come up with averages, and we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of videos over the course of years and years and years and years, crime statistics and data and information, to come up with very accurate statistics that even if you comply, there is still a 25% chance that you will be injured or killed during an armed interaction.
Yeah, but the Canadian police wouldn't know that. I mean,
no, the best thing is just to say, take what you want. Take what you want, bro. Would you like me to fix you a cup of warm sap on the way out? Like, what vaginal behavior is this for? Like, this is literally the worst. Your odds are better to just hide in a bathroom and just to randomly shoot rounds into the ceiling. Your odds of survival are better with just a loud noise-making machine than just sitting there doing nothing, saying, no, hey, it's okay, bro. Take what you want. I'm just here to help you out. Would you like an extra?
They've literally told Canadians to have your car keys by the front door. Yeah. So if somebody home invades and wants to steal your car, you can just hand them the keys.
It's just right there.
Right over there, mate.
I don't think they do the mate thing. I think that's...
Oh, is that Australia?
Yeah. I mean, they kind of...
Shrimp on
they
the Barbie.
should, because they...
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, Austria. Throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
I wish I saved that video. I didn't...
All right, go ahead. Sorry, you can
it sometimes can fall on deaf ears when members feel like they have to take matters into their own hands. And the only thing I'd say is, if we are going to rely on our community members to take matters into their own hands to solve this problem, we have all failed our community. So I'll leave political comments to the politicians and let them have those conversations. But for now, the laws are written. We'll follow those laws. Advice is to rely on our police service, call 911 immediately, and let us take it from there. We see more often than not, when people comply, that injuries are not happening, and people are not victimized in terms of injury, or in this case,
That's true.
unfortunately, we've seen the loss of life in some of these incidents.
That's true. Okay. So more often than not, it's okay. But it's two quarter flips, basically. Not exactly. You have a 25% chance of being injured or murdered. Like, even if it was a 5% chance, that's too much. Why would you ever listen to these fools? That is absurd. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, brother, great to see you. Another channel member. He says, evening, y'all. Late. Dad's in the hospital. Man,
Oh, sorry, man.
yeah, prayers for you and your pops, man. That's I hope he's okay. Hope he's doing okay. I'm not sure what brought him in there, but yeah, God bless you and your father, man. I hope he's okay. Now play the video of the sheriff in Florida. Shoot him, dude.
Don't know how to use a gun? Come, we'll show you
that's
how to use a gun.
side by side. That's
a great
honestly what we need to do.
That'll be up tomorrow.
That video, Rich can definitely do that one, dude. This is so sad that they're basically saying, sorry, because of our laws, rules, whatever, you are putting your life at risk because you're not allowed to have certain things. And even if you have certain things, like Kurt said, he knows someone in Canada that has more guns and ammo than him, which that's impressive on two accounts, because we all have lots of guns and ammo, but also being in a place that is highly restrictive, having more guns and ammo that's impressive. But using that item in a self-defense situation puts you in such like an absolute legal crisis in Canada. It is a serious issue. No matter what, someone could literally be in the middle of that grape session with that minor. Oh, in this case, a 5-year-old. Oh, dude.
So I just want to say, first off, I don't want to say I live in the country, but I live more country than Dark or Crump or, a number of people. I'm on a dirt road. I joke I'm in the redneck part of Palm Beach, Florida. I just think that's funny as all get out. Makes me laugh. But minimum property size is 1.25 acres out here. So the houses are pretty far apart. And before I was closing on the house and I was living in town and I just saw, a Jupiter police officer. I'm like, hey man, tell me what's it like in Jupiter Farms. He's like, you a gun guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you take care of the problem, then you call the cops. Call the sheriff when you're done.
Yeah.
I'm like,
straight up.
Okay.
Dude, I had a cop. I probably shouldn't say this. Not a cop. A deputy sheriff literally tell me, if you ever need to use your handgun on your property, drag him in the house and deal with it in court later. And chances are you're probably not even going to end up in court. Like they are pretty in that situation where I had to draw my handgun.
Cops roll up, you're hosing down your sidewalk where you drag the guy in. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's in there. I don't know.
Bleach and the brush, nothing to worry about, man.
Yeah, no, I was washing my car with bleach and luminol and a UV light. Not that anyone should buy things like luminol and a black light to, check
their
for
hotel room out.
Oh, yeah, no, luminol's for blood only. But I think it's a UV light, actually. I don't know. You can tell, I'm joking. But when I had to draw my handgun, yes, it was a 40 cal that I had at that time. On that guy that drew a knife on me, the first thing I did when I left, I did not have to fire on him. Me screaming that I was going to shoot him in the face was able to stop him eventually, but he continued to walk towards me because he was drunk, very, very drunk and enraged. And anyway, I knew that the people of the party were going to call the cops and be like, this guy's got a gun. And then it'd be guy with a gun. They got the description of my car. Boom, it's over. I'm pulled over on the way home. And so it was like a race to 911. So I literally went to a police officer. There's where I was. There was a movie theater close by, and there was always several police at the, whatever, deputy sheriffs at the movie theater, and it was on the weekend. So I went to the shopping center next to the apartment complex that I was at, and I rolled up there, and I knew there was cops there. There was a cop there. There was actually only one, and he was out front standing. The car was parked in front of the they would literally park on the sidewalk of the movie theater. That's how much drama would happen there. And I walked up literally with my hands like this. I freaked him the heck out, right? And I was like, I'm friendly, because I didn't know if a call already went out, right? For all I know, they were like,
yeah, APB.
Yeah, so it's like I was
Bolo.
already, I was like, this dude may draw down on me right away. Still had my gun on me, right? Because, it was like 2 minutes away. Anyway, I went up to him and I was like, I just want to let you know, I was at a friend's house. It wasn't a friend, but whatever. And this guy pulled a knife out on me, and I have my permit to carry a concealed handgun. It's right there on the right side of my hip, and blah blah blah. He was like, "Did you shoot him?" I was like, "No, I drew my handgun on him, but I didn't have to." He's like, "Why didn't you shoot him?" And I was like, "No, I drew my handgun on him." And he's like, "Mm-hmm." And he's like, patting my side and stuff. And I was like, but me just drawing the gun and like having it on him made him stop and drop the knife. And he was like, I would have shot him. And I was like, dude, I'm thinking like, good on me. I spared a life.
High five, buddy.
Yeah,
Good
like
man.
I could. This
Good
kid,
restraint.
the next morning, he may have turned to Christ. He may have changed his life. His world opened up. He started a ministry, feeding babies. Who knows, right? I'm just thinking that.
So that's different than the Prius guy you punched, or the other guy that you punched that went blind in one eye.
Okay, hold on. Those were. I was a different person during those times. Okay, I was not on the path to non-dirtbagdom. I was living full dirtbagdom when okay, the age, it's not that big of an age difference, but it's the mindset change was there. When I punched the Prius dude. Okay, hold on.
How many weeks ago was that?
Come on, weeks? No, I'm gonna have to do math in increments of 52 weeks. I mean, we're talking so far past the statute of limitations of aggravated assault that like it doesn't even make sense to put a timestamp on it. But like,
I'm just thinking back on crap I've done. I'm like, oh.
Do you openly talk about it on live streams when your identity
no,
is totally public? Yeah.
No,
all right. So
no. I mean, let me put it this way. I would
the story of my life right here. The story of my life right here. It did not give me a notification that you were live. Oh, alive. Dang. Okay.
Medium Josh.
Great to see you, Joshy. And check out this Saturday's show, Saturday on Brumble at 10:30 Eastern. We're doing a live show. It's going to be awesome. First show sponsored by Ammo Squared.
I'm tuning in because I want to win some of that Ammo Squared ammo that you give.
You're going to get the brass shower. Ding, 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 ding. The golden shower. The golden brass shower. Dude, that's so bad. That's so... Okay.
Got to get the profile of Josh.
With like gold. Just like we'll find a creative way to do this. Okay. I don't know if we have the code generated yet. We may not be giving golden showers or brass showers on this Saturday. We need to get the codes and stuff done. Okay, we'll work on it, guys. All right, this is something that we're developing. Okay, but when I punched the guy in Minecraft allegedly in the Prius, I was young. Just remembering the car that I was driving at that time, I was young. By the way, I haven't published this vehicle. I haven't published this video yet, but I have a video of me walking through the woods, and the video is like, guys, what's up? It's Dark with DLD After Dark. this is just one of those crazy situations where I actually found one out in the wild. Take a look. And I turn the camera around, and it's a dude standing on another car with an M4 with a can on it, aiming down at a Prius windshield, and it's just like, and just puts a full magazine into the Prius. And then I walk up to it with my Glock, and I'm like, bung, 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 and I just dump a magazine into it, and then I flick it out with my hand, throw in another one, and walk up, and I'm like, screw your gas mileage, bung, 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 bung. And I put it, and it's funny because I'm putting it like right where if someone were seated in the driver's side, and then I'm like, oh, I should change that.
You didn't tell the most painful part of the Prius story.
Okay, I didn't tell the whole story at all, but that video will be, I'll drop that video within the next week, okay? Okay, so I was in a little road rage scenario, and this was back when I was much younger, and like I said, eons beyond the statute of limitations of aggravated assault. And it was only aggravated assault, maybe aggravated. Well, hold on, isn't whatever. So I was in a little road rage situation where this guy took offense to something that I did. I honestly don't even know what I did. And he pulls up behind me, and he's freaking out and blowing the horn and throwing up his hands, and he's flipping me the bird and all this stuff. And then he starts to pull up on the side of me, and we're on really it's a 1-lane road, right? 1 lane this way, 1 lane that way, single lane road. And we get in this huge altercation, and he's like, pull over. And I just was not in the mood to go through any of this talk. Some dudes, okay, when they get out of the car, because they may have been in a couple fights before, or maybe he had never been in a fight before, but he just had it, right? Like today was like the day that he was gonna make someone pay for all of the pain in his life. And they have like this thing in their head that's like, when I get in a fight, I go up to a guy, and then I kind of, push him, like I buck at him, and then I push him, and then I'm like, put him up, or whatever it is, right? Where I'm like, dude, the first one out of the car wins, and the first one that throws hands wins. So I ended up throwing the car in park very quickly, and I got out of the car, and I'm a big dude, but I can move if I need to. I don't want to, but if I need to, I can move. And I got out of the car so quickly that when the dude stepped out of the car, when the door, it didn't even fully close, I just walked up, and he's like, what do you think? I was like, fuck! And I just, as hard as I could, right hand, pop, and again, not a little guy. So my right hand, if I connect well, you're probably going to sleep. If I punched myself in the face with my right hand, I'm probably going to sleep. And I clocked him, and dude's knees just buckle, and he's like, and he's just out. And then I pan over to the left, and I see a kid sitting in the back seat of the car in a car seat. And he's like, crying and yelling, daddy. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I did what any good person would do, and I fled the scene. Not knowing
up,
anything about
it back in the car.
Oh yeah, of course. Made sure the car was in park. Who knows? Maybe the car went roll. Man, who knows how that ended? I should not be talking
What
about
town
this
was
stuff.
this in?
Jamaica, Queens. Yeah, because like, what if? That's it. That's all we're going to talk about this. I've talked about this too much already. So that was one. The situation where I had to draw the gun was a very different situation. That wasn't my fault.
So these two are different than the guy that's blind in one eye.
Okay, we're done. All right, that's it. That dude, I was jumped by literally 8 to 10 guys. And you know what? Maybe one day I could literally invite the ones that are still alive on the show, which I think would only be like 3 guys, because I think the rest of them want the dude. How about this? The dude whose orbital bone that I fractured and I blind him, blind. He's blind in the eye that I fractured his orbital socket and detached his retina. He was just arrested for murder like a year ago. He was hiding out. Let me just stop. I don't want to give too many details because someone's going to start connecting some stuff here. He was on the run. I'll just say that. Near where Joe Morris is located. Shut up. Anyway, but okay. One single punch, totally dropped dude, fractured his orbital socket, detached his retina, and I got the ever-loving dog crap beat out of me. I was permanently injured. Like, still to this day, I'm injured from that night. I was stomped. I had a Timberland boot print on my neck. I had the little tree. I had the tree on my neck. I had, for anyone that has, or had Timberlands in the past, no way, this cannot be true. Wait, I owned a Prius. Wait, I got punched. Wait, that was, I thought he said I owned a Prius. I was like, this can't be true that he owned a Prius. And I'm not advocating any of this. I actually think it's all terrible. And I've, reflected, repented, and reformed from all of this terrible behavior. But the guy that I punched, where he had some issues in his face bones, after that, that was literally self-defense. This makes me sound so bad, dude. What happened was we were chased out of a party. These guys came and they beat someone else up, and then they left. And then they called the house phone because back then we
unlike
had
the
house
party
phones.
where there was an inside man and it got held up and the
I was not at that party.
Oh,
no, that was a story of a friend. Dang. I've had a few different lives. Okay. In this situation, they called and they were like, hey, he's coming back, we'll say for DLD. He's got beef with DLD, one of the guys, and we're talking like 8 to 10 dudes. Okay. I could name most of them, which I'm not going to do. But they were like, we're coming back for him. So we were like, everyone out, leave. And then we left. Me and 4 of my boys. One of them stayed behind because he's a little punk and he didn't want to get involved. So when they all came back to the house, party had cleared out. There was one guy standing on the porch. 8 to 10 dudes roll up like, yo, where are they at?
Wait. One last question. When it was...
Well, hold on. Guess what he did?
Ran home?
No. He was like, they went that way.
Oh.
He literally gave up our position. Nothing would have happened.
The other way?
He was like, they went that way because apparently they were like, if you don't give us like the actual information of where they went, we're coming back for you. And they knew who he was, and they had just worked over this dude that was in the party. I mean, bad.
And Dark, what was your profession at this time, and what was your source of income?
By the way, the dude they just beat up in the house was one of their friends. Okay. Ooh. So like this is how dirty these dudes, they used to do this like for entertainment. That's how bad they were. And back then I believe I was the director of something or another, and I did like stuff. I got paychecks for what I did back then. Now I was also an entrepreneur to some degree. So there were other things that I did on the side for cash here and there. Anyway, so this guy's trying to fight me. Okay, they come to the park where we were hiding, and we weren't hiding. We had just left to avoid the drama. And one of my guys was, I mean, kind of, but it wasn't like out of fear. One of my guys had a gun, or no, it was a pellet gun. It was a pellet gun. And
poser.
Yeah, well, we were like young. And this is one of the reasons why I started carrying a handgun even as a kid. At 15, 16 years old, I was carrying a handgun because I was like, I'm never going to let this happen again.
How old were you when you shot a hole in your parents' wall?
Oh, it wasn't like their wall. It was It's more like their walls.
Balls.
We've all had, our SIG 320s go off from time to time.
I thought it was
All
an
right, but
AR-15.
I have to. That was a different one. I have to say, the SIG 320 thing was a joke. It didn't even exist at this time. What happened was they did come to the park that we were at because my boy was, practicing vaginal behavior, and I'm a changed man. I don't get down with any of this anymore, and I found Christ. I'm a good guy, and all that, and the guy comes up to me and he's like, there he is. I found him. And he's like, put up your hands, square up. We're going to fight. And all of them circle all three of us. Fourth dude is back at the house, like vaginal behavior again. And we're totally surrounded. And funny thing is they actually pat down some of the other guys. Because we had time and time again, we're like, maybe busting off some shots in the woods and stuff, but none of us had like, actual like firearms on us at that time. And but there was a little bit of gunplay back then. Anyway, so the kid that was carrying a pellet gun, literally they pat him down and didn't find a massive 1911 pellet gun on. It was so bad. Terrible. I mean, we were all kids. So he comes up and he's like, square up, we're going to fight. And I'm like, no, because the second that we start throwing hands, everyone's going to jump in and I'm going to get, no matter what, win, lose, whatever, I'm getting beat down. I'm not going to do it. And he takes a swing at me and I kind of duck back, and which is funny because like you could kind of tell that he overextended because he thought he was going to connect, and it hurt him. Like if you've ever thrown a punch hard and missed it, it kind of hurts. All right. So I duck the punch, and I'm kind of like backing up. I'm like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. He throws again, bob it, weave it, and keep backing up. I'm like, I'm not going to fight you. And everyone's like, we're not going to jump in. We're not going to jump in. You guys got to handle one-on-one. And I literally turn around, and this is like a long, interaction where he's trying to get me to fight, and I'm refusing to, because I know the second it's on, they're all gonna pile in, and it would just be bad. And that was their thing. That's what they did for entertainment. And I start walking away, and he ended up catching me in the stomach one good time. I was just like,
the wind knocked at
dude, it wasn't that bad because he's thin, but he's fast. He's got reach. Well, he was fast. He did have reach. Now he's in jail, prison, whatever.
Oh, he's got another kind of reach.
Reach around. He facilitated the murder of someone that I know, actually knew.
Ooh.
Yep. All over a couple $1,000 worth of stuff. Anyway, that's what dirtbags do. And so anyway, he catches me in the stomach, and I kind of take it, and I'm like, what? I ate it, and I'm walking away. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And he's all like talking all this stuff. He's saying, how much of a vagina I am, and all this stuff, different words, obviously. And I'm walking away, and inside this whole time, I was building up like so much anger, and I was so pissed. And I just, even though I knew I could destroy this kid, I just knew that I can't destroy 8 to 10 other guys, right? I mean, my two boys that were there said it was like a dozen of them, but I think it was like 8 to 10 guys. Anyway, so I'm pissed off, like steam is blowing out of my ears, and he's trying to punch me. Bob weave. I'm walking away. Catches me in the stomach. I turn around, walk away. And I was just like right on the edge of like, if you do one more thing, like I'm not going to care about what happens to me afterwards. And I just see in the street light, with the way the shadow was projected, I saw him like cock back, and you just see like this silhouette of him like, ah. And I just turned around as fast as I could and was just like, ah, and I just clocked him, and he literally spun Like he spun around to where his feet went like this, and he just slammed down on the ground, and I jumped on top of him. Dude, my boys said the sound of you punching his face echoed through the valley, like in between the houses. It was like literally like this. Like literally like just echoing through. They were like, it was so loud. I couldn't hear it because I was just like red, and jump on top of him, and I'm just like boom, boom, boom. I literally grabbed his head, and my fingers grabbed his earrings, and I ripped both earrings out of his ears, like they split. And I, for some reason, I don't know why, I started disrobing him. I literally was taken off of his hoodie to pull it over his head, and I was just like boom, 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 and I just hear this like stampede of like, and I get kicked right in the head, boom, kicked right in the head, kicked in the ribs, dude. One guy was back behind me because all I could do was just cover up over top of the knocked out guy, their friend that I was over, and they're just stomping the ever loving crap out of me. And one dude was back on my knees, and he was literally just stomping the backside of my, like where my hamstring meets my knees, and he was just stomping my legs, dude. It was, my knees are still jacked up, probably from that and other stuff, but I got the crap beat out of me. But I protected my head as much as I could, and although getting kicked in the face with a shod foot, like, you see the flash, you whatever, but I didn't get knocked out, and I just took the beating. And then when it was done and they all left, my buddy screamed, "Cops! The cops are here!" And all of them, pew! And a bunch of them were on like house arrest. I don't know even how they were out. A bunch of them were on probation and all that. And yeah, and I kind of got up, all jacked up. My boys helped me up, and their buddy was still underneath of me. So I put my foot on his stomach, and I grabbed the hoodie, and I pulled it off of him, and I wore that as a trophy for like weeks, dude. I saw them in the street the next day, and I had his earrings on, and I had his hoodie on, and I was like, "What's up?" I also had something else on me that gave me a little bit more confidence as well. But that started a whole bunch of drama too. Literally, people like shot at each other. That's how I became familiar with that really kind of butt puckering sound of, that little zoom that zooms past you. So I didn't want to fight. I had no desire to fight this kid. He kept pushing.
Oh no,
and
you
pushing
could have just surrendered, like they say in Canada.
Yeah, I should have just surrendered. Now back to you, CNN.
Yeah, let's click play. Hold on.
And I'm sure a lot of you guys may feel some type of way about like the story that I just told, and I'm not glorifying it. It's not good. It's funny looking back at it because I was a dumb kid and they were dumb kids. But look, people could have died that night, So I'm glad things happened the way that they did, that everyone left alive, but a bunch of them did end up dying as adults, and some are in prison, some are dead, some are on drugs, but I'm here, and I'm grateful for that.
So unfortunately, the AI that did the voice on this wasn't so good, but this is literally the transcript from CNN.
Is set to, quote, wage war on narco, terrorist organizations.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Pause real quick. You're saying this is the actual like report from CNN, like the words?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. If you want, start it over.
So they're like, Trump, basically without any knowledge and all that bit, just, marked a bunch of people on a 3-hour cruise.
The U.S. is set to, quote, wage war on narco, terrorist organizations. That remarks on Secretary of State Marco Rubio just a day after U.S. military strike on a boat. allegedly carrying drugs from Venezuela. The U.S. has offered no evidence about who or
Allegedly.
what was on that boat, but Rubio suggests the military took the most effective action. President Trump was later quoted giving this statement.
All right, folks, listen up, because I've got something tremendous to say. Really tremendous, believe me. We just
If
took out a
anyone
boat,
out there
huge boat,
doesn't
by the way,
know,
filled with
this
bad
is the
people,
best
worst
Trump
people,
impersonation
okay? These were
ever.
not nice folks, not at
Here,
all.
you can start
They
it
were
over.
drug dealers, narco-terrorists, part of that Tren de Aragua gang from Venezuela. Total disaster, that place. Run by Mad Dog Maduro, a guy who's a real problem. Folks, we had the best intelligence, the best. Nobody does intelligence like us. And we knew these were bad, bad people. They were bringing drugs into our country, killing our people. And I said, enough is enough. So I gave the order. Boom. Our military, the greatest military in the world, took them out. 11 of them gone, just like that. No US soldiers hurt, not one. Because we're smart, we're strong. This is a message. A big, beautiful message to anyone thinking of messing with America. Don't do it, or you're next. We're winning, folks. Big league.
This is breaking news, folks, and I'm absolutely stunned to report that the boat blown up under Donald Trump's reckless orders was carrying some of the most beloved figures in history. Yes, you heard that right. Jesus, Mother Teresa, Mary Poppins, Steve Irwin with a crocodile, Stephen Hawking in his wheelchair, the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Princess Diana, Gandhi, Margaret Thatcher, and Pope John Paul II were all on board.
Margaret Thatcher. Dude, okay. That's good. If you could find a way to...
If I can make that better.
I mean, really, it's about how fast can you get to that boat.
The boat.
That
yes,
boat.
yes.
If you can say reports of Donald Trump, issuing airstrike on, the alleged drug dealers, this just in, Trump's reckless, and then go to the boat, dude, that would be pure gold. I mean, that's literally the way that they're talking. I mean, let's be real. What are your thoughts on? I'm sorry for all you guys out there. A lot of you guys. Oh, thanks, Drewski. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, literally. So 3D printing. I know. I was just gonna say. I feel so bad because
I
all you
hijacked the
guys.
show. I totally.
No, it's all good. I mean, look, you guys know that South Park AI. It's hard to stay on like one particular topic, especially if you get Rich and I together. We're going to be all over the place, but I will be showing. I got a whole bunch of pictures and conversations about some really dope stuff we're going to talk about. But this is just, look, when Rich challenges my integrity about those situations, I have to address it.
So, all right, CNN. First off,
Tuck, what up, Tuck?
Let's just have a logic experiment here. There's $200,000 worth of outboard engines on that 30-foot, $2,000 boat going at night at 70 miles an hour with no lights on.
Actually, it was 88 miles an hour because Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd were following the boat in a DeLorean, but were uninjured. Squirrel, Dark Rich Coffee. Salute. Thank you. At least there was no Bigfoot on board. There was a blur.
Harambe. I got to do Harambe.
We got to
swap out Harambe.
There was a little blur on the boat, so that could have been Sasquatch. Have you heard the thing about how that Sasquatch, how all the pictures are all blurry, that it's not like, like whatever, like people in the woods taking quick snapshots, that Sasquatch itself in real life is blurry.
Yeah,
and the person was like,
space-time continuum warps around him.
Yeah, they were like, what's more terrifying? It is. That's crazy. Sasquatch either is blurry or blurs cameras. Yeah.
It's
Dude,
the radioactivity. I saw the $6 Million Man episode with him.
We would be literally roasting Sasquatch daily once we found out how to, get two together and mate them. We will literally be like eating like Sasquatch burgers and Sasquatch ribs. Like, it's just no way. If it were real,
What is I forget what it's called in Florida. The muscape, is that what it's called in Florida?
The chupacabra?
No, that's Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
a totally different animal.
I know what chupa means. Chupa
You
mi
did learn
cabra.
something in Spanish, huh?
A few things. Only the important things.
Skunk ape.
Skink ape. Skunk ape.
Not
Night
blurred.
is the best
Fur.
time on the water. Yeah, that I don't know anything about that.
So you got $250,000 of outboard engines on a $2,000 boat going 70 miles an hour at night. Nothing to see here in international waters.
We know
Huh.
what they're doing. And they had a
So-
massive amount of intelligence on this boat, the people in it, and they know it. If one of us did a video and like showed an AR pistol that we showed in the past with a stock on it, our doors would be getting kicked in the next day. If you don't think that they knew everything about it, who was on the boat, they basically,
with the presence that we have in that part of the world right now, we probably have global hawks, we probably have predators with the Hellfire missiles. That's we probably watched these guys get coffee, load the drugs on the boat, heard their cell phone conversations about where the drugs are going and what they're doing with them.
and it was probably at least some fentanyl, if not mostly or all fentanyl, and we are losing a minimum of 120,000 Americans a year from fentanyl. And as someone that has struggled with substance abuse for a lot of my life before I got clean, dude, I'm not saying that everyone that deals narcotics should be,
Marked.
dealt with in this manner, right? Because man, this is such a tough place for me. Because okay, so let me ask you this: do you think what happened to the boat was right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the
tell me-
boat? No, the people. Yeah.
Well, you know what I
boat,
mean.
Like Walt said, it's $200,000 worth of engines.
Yeah, it's a terrible shame. But do the people on the boat, and here's where it gets interesting, do the people on the boat deserve a fair trial?
No,
Why?
because I said so.
Yeah, but no, really, think about this. It's just a thought exercise.
Okay, I guess
Well,
they
no,
do.
I mean, but I'm genuinely asking, do they?
I don't know. I mean, international waters, you're running drugs. We probably have intelligence that's coming to the U.S. Trump declared them as terrorists. Yeah, I think it's okay.
But okay, I appreciate that. But do they deserve a fair trial? Because here's my first thought was, well, they're not Americans. But then the other part of me was like, so what gives you natural rights? Being an American or being a human? This is a difficult place for me, because do I think it's a win? Do I think it's good? Should we destroy people that are killing our countrymen? Yeah, smoke them. Who cares? But then it's like double-edged sword, because you get where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And the waters can't be international if the earth is flat. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But
And we all know
that's
the Earth is not flat. There's empirical proof of that.
because the cats thing.
Yes. Cats prove the Earth is not flat. Because if the Earth was flat, cats would have knocked everything off the edge by now.
And like pit bull tails would knock everything. Dude, every drink I had on every table would get knocked off by my dog's tail. Like, really, dude? Not my current dog. He couldn't knock over a Dixie cup or a Dixie chick.
Who heard of them? Where'd they go?
Yeah, that's how I feel, but facts and feelings and yeah, I get that. And that's what Murph Dog, what's up, brother? So he says the US Constitution is not valid here. But so here's my thing. So the Constitution is what is supposed to protect our rights, right? But what gives you rights is being born. And I'm not arguing, I'm saying I'm torn about this because, again, drug runners pumping our streets full of fentanyl. And I will tell you, with 50 people being in this chat right now, chances are is that at least 5, if not 10% of them are currently addicted to opiates.
Whoa.
Think about that. 5 to 10 people that are watching right now are actively using opiates.
Sorry, I was just reading a comment.
My math isn't correct, actually. 5 to 10. So it'd be like 2.5 to 5 people, whatever, something like that, right? Sorry, I'm like doubling my math on you. Sorry, I don't math very well. But so I mean, they may be like, dude, I was waiting for that dope. Like, come on, bro, that's messed up. They just knocked out the supply chain for 2 weeks, you know. But like I or saved their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, donut operator lost Squirt. Oh,
Is that his dog?
Squirt is his cat, I believe. Yeah, that's his cat. Oh man, that sucks, man. Oh,
dude,
sorry,
when my bird passed, I was like torn up.
Yeah, you had your bird for like a
25
long
years.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's dude. We have I sent you the pictures of the bird we have in our neighborhood, right?
No,
Dude.
you did haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I definitely did because I told you
No.
that they live up to 70 years.
Yeah, you told me that, but you haven't sent a pic.
I'll send because my daughter's in the picture. I'll send them to you privately. It's a massive parrot. It is like its chest is like this big, like half a football big.
But parrots
big
don't
boy.
live in cold weather. As soon as it gets cold, they're gonna die.
Well, I mean, it lives inside, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant it was wild outdoors or something like that.
No. Like it's a pet. And in captivity, they can live for up to like 70 years. Yeah. Oh, it's an outdoor cat. He has not seen him in a couple weeks. Oh, dang. Okay. See, my first thought was that he just to kind of throw this out there, he just published a video that said bye Squirt, and I didn't get to watch it yet. So thank you for that.
Look, I don't like letting my dogs out without having a gun on me.
Dude,
on my property.
Straight up. It's not just bad guys, right? It's the reality is it's about the possibility of running into other animals. You know, it's the possibility. Hey, thanks, man. Someone just placed an order. Someone ordered a co-pilot. Yo, heck yeah, man.
Oh, cool.
Thank you. I don't know if this was someone from the chat right now, but if it was someone from the chat, shout out to you. Thank you for supporting Definition Knives. We appreciate you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a red-tailed hawk that pretty much lives on my property. There's panthers, coyotes.
I need like
I hear
60
them
seconds. I'm sorry. Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where did he go?
I'll give it to you, but just give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hear all sorts of crazy animals. So yeah, there was a time I've told the story a couple of times. It's dusk. I'm walking around the property at night, and something in the brush on the property line was howling at me. I pulled my gun. I just walked backwards. I just backed away from it. I don't know if it was a panther or a coyote, but it was like howling, and I have no clue what it was, but. I hit a red-tailed hawk with my motorcycle. Yow! I mean, I almost flew into a couple of brown eagles. There were twice I was flying and, just barely missed some eagles. So that's terrifying because an eagle's a pretty big bird. BV Luminous, did it live? No, it was good for dinner. What do you think? Making it up. Don't know. Lightning Scott, yes. So the next day, it was mad. It was like, my orbital socket, I can't see right. Was that too soon? See, now if Dark didn't shut me out, I could have clicked play and we could be talking about the original CNN video that I based this on. So what we got
To
here,
quote, wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. That remark from Secretary of State Marco Rubio just a day after a U.S. military strike on a boat allegedly carrying drugs from Venezuela.
allegedly.
The U.S. has offered no evidence about
No
who
evidence.
or what was on that boat, but Rubio suggested the military took the most effective action.
Let me say this. The United States has long, for many, many years,
I agree with him.
established intelligence that allow us to interdict and stop drug boats. We did that. And it doesn't work.
Been there, done
Interdiction
that.
doesn't
Got
work
the
because these
t-shirt.
drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo. They bake it into their economics. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them.
President Trump suggests the
Great
strike
photo
is
of
an
him.
unmistakable
They
warning
think
to
they're
drug
trashing him.
traffickers in the region. He said, quote, a lot of other people won't be doing it again. The week's events have heightened tensions with Venezuela and President Nicolas Maduro, who President Trump claims is in control of a notorious criminal organization overseeing the drug trade. CNN contributor Stefano Posebon is in Caracas with more details.
Caracas.
There is still a lot of questions unanswered around the news that was broken by the President of the United States, saying that the United States took out or blew up a speedboat with 11 alleged drug traffickers that was traveling from Venezuela. And we understand that the strike occurred on international waters. We are in a country that has seen, of course, growing U.S. pressures in the last few weeks. We're talking about at least 7 warships, as well as 1 nuclear-powered submarine that are roaming around the southern Caribbean Sea in front of the coast of Venezuela. But if you come here to Caracas, you don't really feel like this is a country in high tension. You can see that we are in a suburb
Any
that's quite
communist
close
country is
to the
better than
Caribbean
the
Sea.
United States.
And
CNN will
life
tell you.
goes on as usual. Of course, it's a crisis. It's a country that is still dealing with a deep economic crisis, and it's still a country that is working under an anti-democratic government. However, it doesn't feel like that war is exploding or is coming to these streets. And that is also the message that I think the Maduro's government is trying to put out, not just to its own people, but to the international community as well.
Joining me now to discuss this is Christopher Sabatini, a senior fellow for Latin America at Chatham House. Appreciate you being with us.
Thanks, Rosemary.
So it was dramatic video, 11 people killed in a US strike on an alleged drug vessel in the Caribbean. But where's the proof, and how risky is a deadly strike compared to an arrest and seizure of drugs that requires verification?
There's a lot to unpack here. First of all, this is a real new and dangerous step on the part of U.S. drug interdiction efforts.
See, I think the U.S. needs to do this 2 or 3 times, just like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You got to follow through and let them know this isn't a one-off, that we can do this every day of the week. That's my opinion.
To shoot first and ask questions later. The video is out. It's been verified by independent sources, but it's 11 people on a speedboat. That, first of all, speedboats carrying drugs don't tend to have 11 people. But second, Trump claims that it was heading to the United States, and there is no way a speedboat of that.
All right. Boats that size go to the U.S. all the time. Now, do some capsize from a rogue wave or whatever? Absolutely. But do you have $200,000 worth of outboard engines on a $2,000 boat? For what reason? Help me out there. So when they say he doesn't know for sure, I'm absolutely certain not only did we have, visual surveillance, but signals intelligence that spelled out everybody on this was a bad guy. And thank you, Kurt. This guy, full of crap. Full of crap.
Size could make it from Venezuela across the Caribbean to the United States. So there's that. But again, do we really need 7 naval ships off the coast of Venezuela to interdict individual boats, speedboats mostly, of 11 or fewer people. So it's both a risky violation of international laws governing interdiction of drugs.
So
Certainly
here's the object lesson. The object lesson here is when they tell you Trump doesn't know what he's doing, that's fine. Okay, tell me what that boat with $200,000 worth of outboards on it, on a $2,000 boat at night at 70 miles an hour, is doing. Were they fishing? Was it Mother Teresa, Jesus, Stephen Hawking, Steve Irwin hanging out on a 3-hour cruise? Tell me
They deserve to die. All of them.
This is, honest reporting, like the famous news show DLD After Dark would be like, well, I'm not sure if it's ethical or not. I'd have to think about it. That would be an honest and reasonable thing to say, as opposed to like, Donald Trump's bad, Orange Man be bad. That's I got to deal with a British accent.
Well, look, and this is the reality. Here's what you can expect, okay? The left, which is the most of the media, right? Most of the media is going to do what they do because, unfortunately, some members of the media used you know the thing, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Unfortunately, some members of the media.
Fortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias, and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
So, there's that. But what's going to happen is
what they're upset
the media
about is some people in the media push their own personal agenda, not what they were told to say.
Not theirs, yeah. So the people on the left are going to be screaming that this is terrible, it's hate crime, it's absolutely, it's I could only imagine. And then of course, the people on the right are going to be screaming, Trump MAGA win, this is America, this is what we're about, this is what we voted for, promises made, promises kept. But if we look, I'm just keeping it real. Regardless of if you think it's a win or not, how do you feel about the government of the United States being able to monitor you without you knowing, notice that you do an illegal activity, and then send a freaking RPG into your living room because they disagree with what you're doing and they say that it's illegal? Okay. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I think that these people are literal terrorists that are destroying our country through substances. And granted, we ask for the substances, we pay for the substances, we do the substances. Some of the substances kill us. I get it. But I'm just saying we have to remember things like this when we see something done that we may like or agree with. We also have to remember that the same thing that we like and agree with can be used against us. So just be aware of that. That's all that I'm saying. Yep. That's all.
Protocol on interdicting drugs, but also it's really, if you will, sort of hitting a small nail with a large sledgehammer.
Hold on, pause this real quick. I'm sorry, I gotta ask. Guys, for the people in the chat, for you guys listening, am I like totally off base with my perspective on this? Like, am I just so wrong about this? Like, let me know, because I'm curious as to what you guys think as well. Like, if all I'm saying is that we need to be cautious about what we ask for, because the moment that we are willing to give up liberties for people that we disagree with, we better be willing to give up liberties for ourselves as well. That's all I'm saying. Right. And I'm challenging people to think that way.
Boats of that size, and probably will continue at this rate.
And given that, how dangerous is a strike like this in terms of triggering a conflict or potentially triggering a...
Wait. So
potentially.
I mean, the worst Army National Guard has more firepower than all of Venezuela.
Yeah.
And a lot of people made that comment. The Epstein files were on that boat.
That's funny.
conflict in the region, with U.S. Secretary of State Rubio
Slippery
saying
slope.
the U.S. is set to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations.
Armsman, good to see you.
It's very risky. First of all, again, the shoot first, ask questions policy makes it even more risky because typically these boats are boarded, people, they check for drugs, and then they're arrested and the drugs are seized. So we don't know, again, if this boat was in fact a drug. Let's take the government's word for it. But in the future, this policy of just shooting at boats that seem to be speeding somewhere, risks that it could, first of all, take out boats that are laden with human traffic, if you will. So,
you see this? You see what they're doing?
It could also risk taking out regular fishing boats.
Okay,
military
pause
boats.
this again. Oh, taking out regular fishing boats. Yeah, because they didn't do any research. Taking out boats that may have been speeding. Okay. First off, again, y'all know where I stand on this. I'm conflicted on it, okay? Only because I want less control in the hands of the gubby. That's all. I want the government to have less control. But either way, the way that they're handcrafting this BS message is so ridiculous. Go back like 15 seconds.
This policy of just shooting at boats that seem to be speeding somewhere, risks that it could, first of all, take out boats that are laden with human traffic, if you will, sort of undocumented immigrants. It could also risk taking out regular fishing boats, or even military boats that could suddenly escalate the conflict with the Venezuelan government and really turn this into a much larger conflagration.
We're going to murder fishermen.
Marco Rubio and Peter Hesketh are pretending it could. But there's also the issue here is, what are the boats really there for? And I argue that the boats are effectively there really to try to scare the Maduro government into basically collapsing or resigning and setting the stage for or some form of transition. I don't think it would be a democratic transition, certainly directed by those generals around Maduro. But this is more than just the drug interdiction efforts that Marco Rubio and others have claimed. This is really a larger policy of regime change.
You think it's that extreme? I mean, you talked about this overreach. You clearly feel that this type of strike raises questions about the intended mission of the U.S. naval operations off the coast of Venezuela. And there's been a lot of speculation from it being a drug operation to the possibility of an invasion and many things in between. But that seems extreme. What's your basis for that understanding of what could be going on here?
I don't think an invasion is likely. There are only about 4,000 military personnel on those boats in the submarine. I think it's more about potentially taking out individual targets, both in the ocean as well as potentially inside through drone attacks and the like. But it's also to send a signal. The administration has made very clear that they consider this government of Maduro illegitimate, and indeed it is. It stole the elections last year. It has made very clear that it wants him out.
Elections are legitimate.
They doubled the bounty on his head to $50 million. And it's also, leaked this document that it has the...
All right. I wanted to hit on this. Did you hear what he said? Do you know what the bounty on Maduro's head from the U.S. is?
Was it 50 million or something like that?
50 million. Don't you think like his top protection guys would be like, dude, 10.
Here's the deal. When you are embedded with that level of, they are monitoring everything all of his guys are doing every day, they would be scared to even think the thought. However, they're definitely probably sitting there thinking, but what they're doing when you're in that type of organization that is in all of your, they're in your phone more than your girlfriend, wife, and your side pieces. They're all up in your stuff, all up in your business. They're monitoring everything. And they're sitting there telling them, look, this $50 million bounty is fake. It's not even real. We've gotten intel on it that they're not even going to pay it. They're just wanting people to attack me because they hate us because they ain't us, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Fraga was asking me if he wants to go to Venezuela with him. I mean, if I want to go with him.
Dude, honestly, for 50 mil, the problem is the amount of laws that you may or may not. Anyway, Dark, I think you're spot on. I try to keep in mind, oftentimes I see these cops videos where people are cheering on this idea of FAFO, back the blue till it happens to you. Yeah, good point. This is another The optimist in me saying there's still hope for America. The pessimist in me saying we're effed. The other voice is ordering a chili cheese dog and a PBR. No, you're not wrong. No, I think it's a really good point. Also, no, we will not blanket ban trans people from owning firearms. Prove they are a danger, then use due process. So that's an interesting thing that we should talk about before we wrap up the show too. And I promise I'm going to show my 3D printed stuff. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
All right, is that it, or is there more?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm done with it. We made the point.
I mean, it's still, yeah, it's, and all I'm saying, look, again, I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing that we've done and we must repent. Just, especially if hey, look, if there's one thing that I can absolutely guarantee, it is that there was a Jesus on that boat. Guaranteed. Okay, guaranteed. Oh, that's so bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so backing it up a little bit, I do think that it's a little bit dangerous to, and I know the whole thing, but they're not Americans. Yeah, but we're also, we're the group of people that say it's not necessarily the, being an American that gives you natural rights, because people in Canada have natural rights, people in South America have natural rights, people in the UK, people have natural rights by just simply being born, right? The thing with America is that America is supposed to have a constitution that is supposed to have a federal government that is supposed to protect those rights. That's all I'm saying. So the moment that you eliminate due process and just say, yeah, anyone that we think is doing something illegal, we're just going to send a 120 mil rocket or a Reaper or whatever, through the boat. Do I think that it's terrible that this boat was lit up? Nope. Light up another one tonight. I'm just saying we need to be careful what we cheer for, because all of a sudden we may end up with, that same thing coming to a theater near you in the US. That's all I'm saying.
Lightning Scott, Canadians have a national right to just comply.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's bad. Dude, I don't care. I always go so ridiculously far out of my way to follow the laws, rules, regulations, restrictions, sanctions, and ordinances. It's disgusting, because the moment that I put myself out there on YouTube, after a short period of time, I realized that, dude, I'm putting myself out there. I could have my door kicked in at any second for saying or doing something that they disagree with. So I need to be extra freaking spotless and totally sanitize everything, because someone's watching, and they are watching. 100% they are watching. And my watch like 6 viewers leave, like, oh crap, he can see us. And just for everyone out there, I can see every single username in this live stream. I'm just kidding, I can't. But watch now 5 or 6 will leave, right? But anyway, my point is, sorry, I had a point. What was I saying before all this? Oh,
that
dude.
the ATF was going to kick in your door.
I think I heard something about that.
All right, this is where that DLD guy is supposed to live. Let's check it out, see what we find. Holy diddlebuck. I'm Agent Mike Rodick from the AFT. Open up. I know you're 3D printing in there.
Sure, just a second. Remy, now's our chance. We got to make a break for it. Quick, get the Tannerite dog. Come on, Remy, let's go out the back. Go. Come on.
No agents of the AFT were harmed during the filming of this video. All agents of the Anti-Firearms Tyranny Network are safe and accounted for.
I'm
In
Agent
1929,
Michael
the U.S.
Rodick. Agent Michael Rodick. Okay, so I can't believe that Mike Rodick is like the best one. Mike Rodick. It just It's just, all I can think of is that movie where they like have pictures of his little pecker with like a huge bush. Oh, that's all I see. Okay, let's bring this up here. So I've been working on some projects. The first thing I'd like to do is say shout out to SDS Arms, SDS Imports, because they are sending out to you boy the Mac IX, which I guess is kind of like the Mac 9. This is a bufferless blowback design AR MP5 mashup that uses MP5 magazines. And I actually reached out to Stuff and Things about possibly making a slip trip for it. There's another developer that Gutter Cheese hooked me up with about possibly making a slip trip as well. So it's not a really popular gun, right? Not a whole lot of them are out there, but the second that they come in stock, they're all gone. Like they're immediately gone. So for sub $700 to get an MP5 PDW or an MP5, mag-fed PDW in 9mm that folds up to be, as tiny as a K gun, like that's awesome in my opinion. So I can't wait to do some testing with it. The new super crazy super steel Hoffman super safeties are coming in, so I'm going to see if I can get this thing super safe or FRT'd and then really put it to the test. So shout out to them. I just wanted to show some love because they are awesome. I'm so awesome. All right, so I'm gonna close this, boom, and then close out of that. Okay, so the project that I've been working on, I kind of want to show you guys this first. We'll wait on that. We'll move that. Although this is super cool. No, I need to move this one, that one, this one. All right, so we'll start with this one here. So if you guys don't know about the bento box, the bento box is if you know what a bento box is, it is a like a Japanese style lunchbox that's made to like carry like sushi and stuff. Anyway, so this is a totally AI picture where I changed the background, but this is a totally squirted Ruger 1022 lower chassis receiver portion. And what I did is I wanted it to be like Wildberry, purple and blue. So I did the first part of the receiver in purple. This is all integrated. This is all one piece. And it's actually up here zip tied together just so I can kind of show you guys an example. But this is one solid piece with all the tree supports on it. So what I did is I did the first part of the receiver in purple. And then I put a stop in the G code and then changed it to blue so that the grip was blue. Now, if you like super zoom in on it, you can see like, okay, so I wish I could do things like if I had an AMS where this part would still be purple and this would be blue. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more true to, to what it is, but or to like mechanically what oh, that's wrong, there we go, what it would look like. But anyway, so that's that piece. And then to make it all come together, I took, actually this is an updated piece. This didn't come with the original bento box files. This is an updated remixed upper receiver, upper chassis area, which from what I've gathered so far, I can just drop a 1022 trigger pack into this thing and some other parts and get it rocking and rolling. And the parts kits for these things are actually super cheap for like what it is. For like a couple $100 you can have a little micro takedown 1022. Now the barrel is 3D printed. It's two pieces of a barrel with a coupler that you literally hammer the outer 3D printed. Yeah, you hammer the outer 3D printed portion over a barrel liner, I'm going to do the brace, not the stock, and I'm going to do a probably like an 8.5-inch barrel, something like that. So it'll kind of be like a 1022 Charger, and I'm totally putting the FRT in this bad boy. So this is it would need to be flipped to see it, but the blue part is the receiver, and then the purple part is the rail on top. It's the top pick rail, so it would be turned over.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the lower part of the receiver is purple, the grip is blue, and then the top part of the receiver is blue, and then the top rail is purple. I wanted to go for the Pop-Tarts wild berry kind of look. And then this part is the lower area. It's crazy how like solid this stuff is when you print it. This is the front lower portion of the handguard that the barrel sits in, that has the takedown. And this isn't like, you can't just put a 1022 takedown, the 1022 takedown guts inside of it. This is its own custom 1022 takedown setup. So it's something that you need to do kind of like with the bento box parts kits, right? You can use some, the Ruger parts, obviously. There is apparently someone out there with a totally 3D printed trigger pack for the 1022. I haven't gone looking for it yet, but so this is the handguard part where the top portion is blue, the bottom part of the rail is purple. So that way it continues that that wild berry theme. And then the picture of all of it kind of together is right here. Now it's kind of tough to see actually here. If you put me on full screen, you can see that right there, but I got a picture here and we'll put it up on big screen. Boom. So that is and that blue is like a black light, so it kind of throws it off a little bit, but that's it right there. This is only very partially assembled. There's also magnets that you install to like make the brace stick to it, and the upgraded one has a grip that folds, and then the barrel gets pushed into the hollow grip. So the grip has like a hinge in it, and it folds in, and then the barrel gets stuck in. It's like literally a bento box like this big. It's crazy tiny when you put it all together. It's probably under 10 inches. So, I mean, this is just going to be like a fun gun, right? Like it's not something that you're going to like go to war with or anything. Let's see, 3D bento box 1022. But I want to show you guys just so you can see like how tiny and awesome this actually is. Okay, here's the upgraded one or updated one with the foldy pew. I don't know anything about this website, so there are no guns for sale at all on this website. So let me just say that. But this is the, I believe, 8.5-inch version, maybe 6.5-inch version, folded up with the piece that you lock like with the bearing that locks into the receiver, pushed into the grip, which it fits in there. This is originally released by Aussie. Are we cool yet? And it's a really, really cool thing. But no matter how awesome this thing is, like it's super cool. I love it. The purple and blue and all that, like that's really cool. The coolest aspect for me personally is the fact that this is 100% 3D printed. The barrel is completely 3D printed, and then you hammer in a barrel liner. That aspect to me is crazy cool. And then also the fact that you can just 3D print the FRT, and you do have to do some, fitting and finishing and stuff, and then, throw that in there too. But having a 100% 3D printed item put together with almost no gun parts is just awesome to me. This, though, you still have to use a 1022 trigger pack, a 1022 bolt, a 1022 charging handle, and, you know, a barrel liner, which are gun parts, right? Well, check this out. So this, for anyone out there that just absolutely loves to make disgusting things that the world hates, here is something called the... Here, let me find the one. Dang, there's so many pictures open. This is crazy. Which one is the one? Oh, I still had the Sig Sauer tourniquet open. Goodness, I can't even find the other image. Ah, here it is. Okay. This is pretty ridiculous. Okay. So that's a single action 22. Over here is a 100% 3D printed 22 LR. They call it the Private Eye 22. Now, this is literally clamshell 3D printed, held together with
bunch of screws.
Yeah, screws. And the cylinder here looks metal. It is not. That is 3D printed in silver. Yeah, it's 3D printed in silver PLA. If you would like to see what it looks like, you can see here what the interior looks like. Okay. This is nuts.
Ooh, I got chills.
From what? From this?
The barrel. I mean the cylinder. What is the cylinder?
The cylinder.
Do they have liners or something in the cylinder? I hope.
Yes. So what they have here is a barrel liner in the muzzle. Let me move this here so I can. So the muzzle has a 22 LR barrel liner in it. And just so you guys know, PLA plus or nylon with barrel liners actually does very well with small calibers like 22 LR. There's also, I mean, like, look at the FGC9, right? That's essentially, wind chimes, right? That's a barrel liner too. You can also use ECM'd, barrels or whatever, right? But this, like, they do work, right? Just so people know, like, this isn't like a big piece of junk. This is a working, repeatable 22 LR. Usually when people do 22 LR printed pistols with barrel liners, they're like single shot, trash cans, harlots, which whatever, those like literally explode. This uses a 22 LR barrel liner, and this uses 22 chamber sized liners inside the cylinder. And there is even a version that uses a 3D printed spring right there. Like, how crazy is that? I think this is the coolest thing in the world. And the fact that you don't have to use like an extremely accurate firing pin, it just kind of has to hit somewhere on the cartridge, like, because it's rim fire. This is just so flippin' cool to me. I have to make one. Like, that I must. And this is something that you make and then you bury. I'm just kidding, in a cereal box. But this is something that's just so cool to me. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
It's cool. I don't know if I want to be shooting it.
Why not?
I like my fingers. We used to throw
22 LR rounds in the campfire just to kind of see what happens.
Yeah, but they just pop.
Yeah, there's no what's it called?
Even 9mm just pops.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, you could throw a 5.56 round in there. It just pops. The chamber is what pressurizes the you guys know, I'm preaching to the choir.
Firecracker. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. I accidentally showed this brand new shirt that's going to be going up on DLD hardware. I better take this down immediately because this says the belt fed, the only good fed. Sorry. Anyway, so that's the stuff that I'm working on. Rich, didn't you have some 3D printed projects that you wanted to talk about? Anything that you're going to be finishing up soon?
No, I seriously haven't touched that thing. I got all the parts in a bin.
What a shame, dude. If we can get, how many people tonight? We got 42 people in here. How many people tonight need to give you a 1 in chat to get you to finish it?
It's
You
like,
think we can get 21s in chat?
I'm hoping to start on it next week. Let's say that.
Now, I'm not familiar. Is hope a strategy or what? What is that exactly?
Nice. Yeah, no, it is.
That is a sin, Rich. Ooh, Zanti Misfit used his 25-month member chat just to say, "Get on it, Rich."
Oof.
And I mean, yeah, and dude, Josh has a 3D printer that he hasn't even taken out of the box yet. A very, very, very nice 3D printer, I might add. So Kurt24 says Juan, Lightning McQueen Juan, BV1. That's a sin. I'll count that as a 1. Zanti, I'll count that as a 1. Do it.
Today is already tomorrow.
Today is already tomorrow. Techno says Juan. Yeah, like the Scorpion, right? No, he finished the Scorpion. Right?
Well, I 3D printed the Scorpion body, and I didn't drop the parts in.
Oh, I thought you had a completed 32 cal Scorpion.
I've got a Scorpion. Patrick built me a Scorpion.
Oh, but that's not the 3. Oh,
I do have. Where are my 3D printed parts?
That's okay. I believe you.
I must have moved them.
So, the cool thing about the 3D printed Scorpion is that you can put more modern stuff on it. Did he thread the barrel for you too?
No, I don't have a threaded barrel.
That would be dope. Put a little half by 28 on that thing. 32 ACP with a can is like it's crazy. It's crazy. Fat Rooster
needs to go back.
1. Garen, later, brother. Take it easy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the bento box. I will say I intend to complete it, but I know I'm giving Rich crap, but like I know how it is to get 99% on a project. Dude, the low point, man, I have never had more problems with a build in my life. I have done name it. I've done it, right? And I've conquered crazy challenges doing all sorts of stuff. For some reason, so every high point is different, okay? And I did the high point PDW. They call it the low point, the 3D printed version. This thing, it does not want to be built. Both parts kits don't fit.
Oh, no. Oh.
So 2 high point parts kits are going to be going up for sale on DLD hardware. No, I'm kidding. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But I can't get them to work. It's funny because it's hilarious to see a 3D printed high point with a red PDW frame. It's hilarious. But the way that those are put together, man, hand fitted freaking parts with an aluminum frame. Nothing on the high point is magnetic other than, some of the few steel components. And it's hard because they're all like hand fitted and all the pins are even different. It's such a huge pain. And I'm sitting here looking at a like 6+1 PDW and I'm like, not worth it. Threw it in a sack, threw it in the closet, unworking, of course. I don't think I may have the GST9, the white GST9 frame. It's sitting here. Haven't even done anything with it. I got a bunch of Glock slides sitting here. Haven't done anything with them. So there's stuff that I
Well, I got the Stuff and Things kit for my P50, and in fact, I don't even know where my P50 is.
Oh, you haven't put that together yet? Dude, you got to put that together. That's fire.
And the Stink guys came out with the super safety trip.
Dude, that's dope. So would they ship the trip to Florida?
I don't know.
I mean, the trip isn't a trigger. And if you're putting it in a system that already has a trigger installed, then that's not you
Unbelievable.
changing the trigger. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that'd be fine. Dang, what other projects? So, I mean, well, I'm looking at a G17 Gen 5 frame with a complete OEM lower parts kit that still does not have a Gen 5 MOS 17L slide on it. One day it will, but as of now, it's
Dark,
just...
I'm gonna roll out because I gotta be up early.
All right, cool. I'm about to shut it down anyway. Nighty night. Thank you for coming in and hanging out.
Yep,
appreciate it.
It was fun. Later, guys.
Nighty night. And because Rich is signing off, I'm going to play this for him.
Oh, I get it. You're retarded.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
It's all in love. It's all in love. Yeah, aside from that, those are the only 3D printed projects that I have, right? I think, yeah, those are the 3D printed projects. I mean, I do have like the CMMG can on the mini MP5 SD that I'm gonna be doing some stuff on. I'm gonna be doing some content on the Mac iX. I'm gonna be doing some. I got to do content on the bento box because that thing is just cool, and I'm probably going to find a way eventually to print that little private eye 22 LR revolver because, dude, it's hilarious, but it's also really cool, you know. And I don't have a problem shooting that. I trust it mostly. Aside from that, I got what other projects do I got? What was it? I had something else. Oh, that's right. I was gonna do a 3D printed Tech 22 lower, but you know, it's not something that like I need. You know, it's just something you know, it's just kind of cool to have around. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out. Oh, you know what? I will say this. So I got really good with that Gen 5 Battlefield Green Glock with the black multicam upper with the ports on it, the Holosun SES. My issue that I kept running into was that the sights, although they were perfect because they're the Angry Bear Arms JRO, the optic cut sights that are super tight, right? So it gives you way more you know, objective view through your objective lens of, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It gives you more you know, objective through your red dot, right? Is that the way to say it? You can see more stuff. So anyway, I loved those sights, but they were the super tall ones. I guess Angry Bear Arms does have shorter ones, but what I did is I took a pair of Trigis that were like a hair taller than normal height, but they're the 3-dot tritium night sights. I took it off another Glock and swapped them with one of the OEM 19X tritium sights, and I put that on my Holosun SES. Dude, it went from a window that had like this much space because the SES is mounted directly to the MOS system, so it is so much lower with no plate on it. Dude, I can see like the whole window now. I can see, and it's crazy accurate. It's awesome. I love it. That was a huge improvement. Just being able to open up, you know, the amount of space that you can see through in your red dot, which I think that's the objective, whatever, you know what I mean? So that was good, super helpful. And I do have some other stuff. I gotta do some more stuff with the RXM. I got a whole bunch of stuff, but man, I've been slammed, honestly. Things have been crazy, but you know, for people that are waiting on stuff, thank you for your patience. You guys are awesome. And I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I just want to say, like, when we're talking about things like we did tonight with, like, you know, sending a Hellfire missile into a boat, I don't mean to say like, well, we shouldn't have done that without a trial and all that. All I'm saying is that in any situation historically, when we give the government more power, right? And they all of a sudden don't need to exercise due process. It's the same thing like when the ATFs made ATF mofos were given bump stocks. Like what type of tidal wave did that create for our freedoms? Constantly we were dealing with accessories, frames and receivers, accessories, like obviously braces and all sorts of stuff was just being threatened to be taken from us. And whether it was frames and receivers or braces or FRTs or whatever, it was, you may have a felony, you probably don't have a felony, you definitely have a felony, no, you don't have a felony. Like, we can't live like that, right? So we don't want to give them more freedom where we can take possibly the most precious thing that we have, which is our lives. And I think we'll all regret giving them more leniency to be able to just take whatever they want from us. So that's all I'm saying with that, right? Do I think it was a bad thing? No, I don't think it was a bad thing. Do I think it's a bad thing to give? It's the same thing with the death penalty, right? I was never anti-death penalty at all. And then someone asked me in a way that was thought-provoking and made me literally sit and think about it. And they said, do you want to give the government the ultimate decision on yes or no, should I, be able to take this individual's life based on, and then you look at the facts of like how many death row inmates are let out because of evidence that came out later, like, woof, like, oh my goodness. It's like 1 out of like 5 or something like that. It's crazy. So that's all I'm saying. If they're going to use it on something that we agree with and we're sitting here cheering and championing this stuff that's going on, we better be prepared to have them use that on us at some point too. That's my only point around that. Otherwise, I don't like any growth of government, regardless of who's in the office, even if it's people that for sure Trump is way better than what the alternative would have been. But do you all want to see the growth of the powers of the federal government, like we're seeing? Like, no, I don't want them to be able to send a Hellfire missile into a townhouse because they think someone's breaking the law, or that's all I'm saying. So I think we should kind of go through some of these like thought exercises and consider these things before we start, cheering along and championing ideas that, even if we agree with something in that moment, well, once it's turned around and they say, yeah, but these guys that are, building all these guns and collecting all these guns, they're ghost guns. They're bad. They're illegal. They're this, they're that. We should be able to just send a Hellfire missile into their living room. Like, what? Now I know that's a huge jump, right? But imagine this, okay? And this is something silly, but something you can compare it to. Once someone knows how far they can go, they'll go that far every time, okay? McDonald's used to have a $1 menu. You guys remember that? When McDonald's had options that were 99 cents. Hate McDonald's, hate their food. You're eating children and all that stuff, right? It's terrible. Anyway, the moment that they realized that people would pay more than 99 cents for that double cheeseburger, the price started going up. Then it was $1.05, then it was $1.29, then it was $1.59, then it was $2, then it was $2. A double cheeseburger is like $2.99 now, right? So now that McDonald's knows that people will pay $2.99, they will never go back to 99 cents ever again. Why would they? They know they can get this from it. The government is literally the same way. The moment that they know they can take more from us, they will. And they'll find another way to do it, even if it's something that, like, yeah, we're cheering this along because we agree with it, because drugs bad, fentanyl bad, this is a terrorist organization, they're bad, they're killing people, they're all that. Do it up, right? I agree. But I'm charging you guys and myself with the responsibility of having thought-provoking conversations that could potentially change our mind about something we think that we agree with, which has happened to me on numerous occasions. That's all that I'm saying. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate y'all so much. Remember, the next show that you're going to see is going to be on Rumble. It's not going to be on YouTube. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our YouTube shows, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays are the Rumble shows. So make sure that you come in and kick it with us. If you have not, go to Rumble, go to DLD After Dark on Rumble and click follow. You'll actually find 2 accounts there. It's a long story. You have a user account and a channel. It's going to be the one that's at almost 1,000 followers. Almost 1,000 followers. So close. So if you guys could do that, that'd be awesome. These shows that we're doing on Rumble, we're getting huge reach on it, getting 20, 30, 50,000 viewers each. Some of them are getting up to 100,000 views, 130,000 views. It's blowing up, which is awesome because that's allowing us to do things like get sponsors. And we have our first, well, technically Excess Big Dots and Crate and all that, Definition Knives, DLD Hardware, Fat Tack, you know. They technically were all sponsors in the past, but we have our first Ammo Squared show coming up this Saturday, as in the day after tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you tune in. We're literally going to be able to, maybe not on the first one, we have to get the codes and all the back end stuff set up, but we're literally going to be able to give away ammo on the show. We may be able to get like a code thing set up to where you guys can join. There's no fees or anything. You do when you sign up, you do have to put your credit card in, and you can just choose to have it pull $0 out every week or month or whatever. Like literally, I paused mine when you know, a little while back, because I'd used them for like 2.5 years. I paused mine and put it on, you know, $0.00 every week because, you know, I'm just trying to rein in the finances and rein in the spending. So yeah, so anyway, we'll go over all that stuff and we'll give you guys a chance to get a great deal on ammo, have a good thing set up to where you can stack up ammo. One of the ways that I stacked up the 20 to 30,000 rounds that I got, thank God, now is by using Ammo Squared and just letting it take out a little bit, $25 here, $25 here, $50 here. And then all of a sudden, like Kurt was like, dude, I got like 1,200 rounds of 9mm just sitting here that I didn't even know, you know, wasn't paying attention to. It makes it easier because you don't have to shop for it, and it's like, you know, a little bit here, which is way better in my opinion than just dumping a buttload of money, spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Or the other cool thing is like if you put a bunch of money into it and a couple months in, you're like, dang, I got like $400 in there or something like that. I need money more than I need ammo now. You can literally sell the ammo and get all your money back. And sometimes you actually get a little more because the price per round fluctuates. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sell y'all on it. I'm just saying it's something that I used for years that now, luckily, we're also partnered with. And they're really cool people, super based. And they're like, yeah, give ammo away to your people. So that's awesome. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate you guys so much. Please know that I'm not trying to glorify all the bad stuff and violence from the past that I was talking about. It's not good. It is kind of funny to tell the stories, but it's not a good thing. Don't do any of that. Don't do drugs and follow the rules and laws and stuff. But anyway, let's wrap up. I appreciate you guys so much. Closing words of wisdom, I'll tell you this: get right with God, build a close relationship with Jesus, because the time that we're here on this earth is short and eternity is forever. So I'd encourage you guys to do that. Also, I think one of the most important things, regardless of who is sitting in the Oval Office and what administration we're sitting under, the reality is that regardless of the administration, we are actively engaged in a culture war. We are being attacked because you love freedom, independence, and liberty, and firearms, and all that. You're hated, and I think it's important that all of us engage to some degree in the culture war. It's important that you become a culture warrior, and I also think it's important that all of us as men, mostly men, right? Some females out there. Shout out Ting Ting and a few others. Anyway, I think it's important that all of us become better. Work on our own self-development and growth and development, and become better leaders within our family, within our communities, within our churches, and do better and be better. And some of the ways that I like to do that is by sharing rules with you guys, because if we don't hold ourselves to a higher set of standards and expectations, then we're not going to do better, improve, be better. So I like to share the rule. I'm like just kind of like babbling through it tonight. My bad. So I like to share these rules with you guys at the end of every single show, which are 3 rules. Rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind, please. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. But like really, literally keep that thing on you 24/7. And the way that I keep my thing on me 24/7 is with a Fat Tack holster. Love you guys. Oh, and a Goon Beam. And you know what, man? Can you believe this? My Goon Beam finally took a big enough spill that it cracked the light right there, but it still didn't break. It's still working. Isn't that crazy? It is the indestructible EDC V2. Holla at your boy. Use code DARK. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all Saturday. Sponsored by Ammo Squared, baby. I can't wait. Super pumped. Love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Christ is King. Christ is Lord. One day you will bow. So why not bow now? Love y'all.